Welcome all, welcome back. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and do a release version. So we're gonna create a real version. Well, not a real version. This is a real version. We'll just use the one that we'll just create the one that we would normally use, something that we can use in a CD or in a USB or something that we can send, etc. And then we will see one obvious problem with it, which you cannot see when you are doing this in Eclipse. It's a pretty significant problem. There are a lot of workarounds. The simplest workaround is simply to hide what is being shown, but perhaps not the best one. However, let's go ahead and take a look at how this example will work out. So we have our program here. We will go onto the hammer in the upper left corner. Go ahead and just select it. It will be selected debug by you will have debug selected. Go ahead and select release, and then go ahead and build it. Okay, for me it says nothing to build, but if I Control S save and if I do build, it has finished building it. So what does it say? Output permission denied. Okay, so I have a keylogger running. I almost always do these days because I'm running a lot of test runs. I'm testing out the code in order to make sure that it is right for you guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and attempt this one more time. So release, building, there you go, it finished without any problems. Now we're gonna go ahead and minimize this. Don't need this. Don't need this either. And let's go ahead and open up our file manager and go into our workspace. So it says here keylogger. That's the name of our project. I'm just going to go ahead and click on it, and you have a debug version and you have a release version. So we're going to do release, and I already have tested it out, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete this file, and I will go ahead and double click on this keylogger.exe file. And this window is a problem because, you know, it's gonna sit here, and I assure you it's recording information. Here we can do a test run. I can open up another notepad and I can type in feel free to make suggestions. I will welcome them. There you go. You can now open up this file. As you see, feel free to make suggestions. I will welcome them. But you see, it's when I made a mistake here, when I used backspaces, this is how it looks like. So perhaps we didn't need to include a backspace, but then it would just say THIME and then EM at the end. It would be a little bit difficult to figure out what was the attempt, what was supposed to be written there. Anyway, in order to rectify this window that is quite problematic here, and especially if it runs at boot time, you get stuck with a window like this, what do you think a normal user will do? Well, I can guarantee you that they're not going to get suspicious. Most people don't care. I myself, if I was tired that day after a long day of work or something of a kind, I would just click on X, close it, and there you go. The keylogger program is no longer running. It is recording nothing. Here. Am I recording? Ding. Am I recording? Of course not. So there is nothing because the program itself is not running. So as you imagine, this can be problematic. I mean, yeah, all your effort down the drain for no good reason. That is why we're going to create a function to hide this window. We are going to name this function simply hide. I can think of no better name for it. And we're going to create a function prototype up here, and down below I have the code listed out because I really didn't want to write this during the tutorial, as I would make mistakes for sure. and I will explain this in a moment. So let's just go ahead and type in void hide. There we go, and there we go. Fantastic. So we're going to call this function within our main function, or we could even call it within this function. We'll see what we shall do, but let me go ahead and explain what we're doing. So we're first creating a handler called stealth, and you see says stealth find window console window class, and then show window it says stealth, and this is the handler, and then it says whether to show it or not. It's 0, so don't show it. It's not a good idea. Let's go ahead and copy it. We can just put it here, no big deal. And now we can pack a release version. Save it first. There we go. And if we delete this file once more, run it. Did I run it? There we go. Okay, so apparently nothing happens because I didn't do this the right way or something of a kind. Let's have a look. Void hide, void. Of course it won't work. Of course. I'm a genius. I am a genius. You know, there is nobody smarter than me in this world. Seriously. So let's go ahead and save it and let's build it. And after that we can open up our file manager, delete this file again, and start up the keylogger.exe, and you see it disappears. So it is no longer there. We cannot see it. You could see it in the processes. There are ways of removing it from the processes as well, but that's kind of difficult considering that that you raise the suspicion levels with antivirus systems and stuff of a kind. So we'll see what we can do to bypass the antiviruses. Although this, what we have written now, can also, there is a chance that it would get classified as something malicious as well. We will later on see how to avoid antivirus detection. But you see, by creating a simple handler and by calling the built-in Windows functions with in C++, we are able, well, they're basically calling the function, using the functions from the Windows API. We are able to hide the window and not display it at all. This program is running, as you can see it here, and that's not really a good way to check it. The best way to check it is simply to verify the functionality of the program. So let's go ahead and write something. I like to, well, I do not really know. No sense, eh? No sense. Wow, this sentence is like amazing. Okay, so I pressed the backspace because I deleted something there, I suppose. Well, I do not really know, no sense. Wow. And you can see that it is recording, and you cannot see it unless you open a task manager and have a look there. As I said, there are ways from even hiding it in the task manager as well, but that's really advanced stuff. So we might get into that as well. It's all really up to you and how much of a demand for a course there is, and how much do you want the new videos to come. As I said, please do not hesitate to issue and to submit as many suggestions as you like and to ask as many questions as you like. Of course, I cannot guarantee that I will adhere to each single suggestion, but I definitely will. I usually just take them, I copy paste them into a file, and then when I want to decide what to make, I take a look at them and I see, okay, we're gonna do this we can't, etc. So as long as you guys want me to bring you new videos, I will, so no worries there. Also, take a look at the date when this video was published, And during this month, there's going to be a lot more videos to come, I assure you. Anyway, I bid you farewell, and I hope that you have enjoyed this segment of the keylogger chapter.